I play the game with no timeouts. You ride my wave, you're getting wiped out. Big mistakes get wiped out. I spot you like a lighthouse. Watch your moves like a night owl. On a full moon, wolves gon' howl. Can't bounce back, no rebounds. I show up like me how.
Yo, let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Anybody can hear me. Yo. Am I too loud? Am I too low? Feedback, let me know. This is your host. You know what time it is. I am Iceman the Eskimo, and this is the Tip Off of Brooklyn Nets podcast. You heard? And welcome back. Today episode is the final roster cut. You know what I mean? Final roster cuts. Move has been made. The moves has been made for the Brooklyn Nets. It kept Jalen Wilson and my guy Tyrese Martin. But the Nets Twitter is in an uproar right now. You heard? Nets Twitter is in an uproar. They don't like the moves. They don't like the guys that's being kept. They still got one two-way spot open. And I find that very, very, very interesting. Still waiting for the fellas to pull up. Y'all know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? They're going to talk about the Nets. But I still find that interesting. Right now. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, hold on, let me go back to my Instagram. Oh, shoot. Let me go back to my Instagram real quick. And all right. Yeah. And it was said from Nets Daily, confirmed yesterday, the Nets like Kobe Buffkin. The Nets like Kobe Buffkin in a run-up in 2023 draft when they had pick 21 and pick 22. Hawks took Buffkin at 15. Nets took Clowney and Whitehead. Nets see Buffkin as a 2 more than a 1. Also, Fambo Zhang was in a pre-draft workout in 2022, but had no picks. You know what I mean? So that tells you they was very interested in Kobe Buffkin and in Fambo. Now, right, with that being said, right now, oh, there you go. You about to pull up anyways. With that being said right now, that they did have interest in Kobe Buffkin and they did have interest in Fambo, and they let them both go. John just pulled up everything Brooklyn Nets. John, can you hear me, bro?
Yes, I can, Ice. Can you hear me? I'm out running errands right now, so apologize if there's a little turbulence.
Nah, it's good. It's all good. It's all good right now. You know what I'm saying? I just started. You know what I'm saying? I sent out the links waiting for everybody to pull up. If they're going to pull up, it's an early morning or early afternoon joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I seen the news on Twitter, so I'm like, right now, I ain't doing nothing. Let me just, you know what I'm saying, go live and chop it up. What's good in the chat? You know what I'm saying? I seen the news from Nets Deal. I just read it. They was interested in Kobe Buffkin in a 23 draft. They was interested in Fambo. The Hawks took Buffkin at 15. They took Clowney and Whitehead at 21 and 22, and they had Fambo worked out for them in 22. And this is my thing: you had interest in these guys, and you got them in the building. Now you didn't utilize Fambo that much. You didn't really give any fans an opportunity to see Fambo hoop. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe Buffkin, we've seen a short stint of Kobe Buffkin in the preseason games. But they say they see Kobe Buffkin more as a 2 than a 1, and that's puzzling to me because, right? You got Cam, and you got Tyrese Martin. So Drake Powell could be a 3 or 2. You know, they want to move guys around. So I don't see. I see Jalen Wilson as just a 3. I see Jalen Wilson as just a 3, and I thought he would be the one guy that you know what I'm saying, is not a movable piece. He's just a 3. He can't be a 2. He can't be a 4. He's not athletic. Not knocking Jalen Wilson because he is a hustle guy. He shoots the 3. He plays hard on the court. You know, he give everything he got. But as far as skills, like Kobe is more skilled, Fambo is more skilled. And I'm not mad if they kept Jay Wills. I'm not mad if they kept Tyrese. I know Tyrese, they said Tyrese worked hard. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's upset that he's an older guy. And he's still on the team, but I see Tyrese as a piece. He can run the 1 at times. He can play the 2 or the 3. He's a guy that you can move around. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I didn't understand Kobe and I didn't understand Fambo, even though we have a 2-way still open. And Grant Nelson, they didn't even give a chance to either. So Grant Nelson got cut, Fambo got cut, Kobe got cut, and they signed a lot of guys just to meet the salary floor and cut them. So what do you think about that, John?
Good to be at Ice. I know a lot of people have different thoughts. I've been debating with Nets Twitter all morning. Listen, at the end of the day, this was just a waste of an opportunity. Like, why get Kobe Buffkin in the first place if you were just going to use his salary? Then if that's the case, you should have got Cam Thomas to agree to an extra $5 million. Then you would have been over the minimum floor, and then maybe Kobe actually could have got a chance to play. But because of how wicked the financials have been this offseason, Sean Marks didn't want to play that way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give Jalen Wilson that last roster spot, not because he did anything great. If we're all looking at what he did in training camp and preseason, he played back-end bench minutes. The guy knocks down threes. Yes, he's great to knock down threes, but can he play elite defense? No. Can he create his own shot? No. Can he play make well? No. Like, he really doesn't check a lot of boxes as far as what we're looking for the future of this team. And I understand with Kobe, the injuries slowed him down his first 2 years, but he could have got a legit chance to battle for real playing time in the regular season. That's what we all thought the mindset was. He would battle for regular season. If he makes the cut, he makes the cut. If not, they could waive him whenever, but waiving him before playing a single game, I agree with you. I don't understand what the logic is. This just feels like a political move on Mark's part, because if he was going to waive Wilson, 2 out of 3 of the guys you draft in 2023 would be off this team, and that would be a failure on him with his draft class. So this is all a political move for just to save Sean Marks some credibility, which there is no credibility. Like, you should have waived Wilson. Tyrese Martin did enough. Wasn't great preseason, but it wasn't a bad preseason. He's earned the trust of Coach Jordy, and Kobe should have got a legit chance to battle with a lot of these other young guys for playing time. But you decided to waive them before game 1. I just don't understand the decision. I think it was a foolish decision. And then the Haywood Highsmith situation, him rehabbing to come back so quickly when they didn't have to, and now he's out for 2 months. Just so many ill-advised decisions we're seeing right now, Ice. And I agree with you. I do not understand the logic of why he let Kobe Buffkin not even try to play a single game. But at the end of the day, this is what Marks does. He makes the opposite decision instead of the logical decision. And Jalen Wilson, logically, did not do enough to warrant a roster spot on this team. But he's staying, not because of skill set, but this has been reported by Nets Daily, because he's a good character guy. Enough with the good character BS. Give me skill set. Give me talent. Don't give me a guy who's all about good character, because we saw Wilson play, and it's not impressive. He's merely staying on because Sean Marks doesn't want another stain on his overrated draft resume. And I'll leave it at that, Ice.
Yo, that's a lot right there. We got Big Fan Breezy in the house. You know what I'm saying, Breezy? I just read it off. They had interest in Buffkin. They was interested in Fambo 2-3 years ago. They got him in the building. They let him go. We as fans, we didn't get a chance to see them. They might have seen them behind closed doors in practice or whatever. They said they see Kobe Buffkin more as a 2 than a 1. But if they want guys that can be multi-positional, move them around, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you think Kobe Buffkin would be a guy? Because the news and the hype around Kobe Buffkin was he was a steal. We got him as a steal, and then you let the steal go. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, Breeze?
I think based on what Yegor did in that one game and what Ben Saraf did in just the preseason, ain't no room for Kobe Buffkin. He's, to John's point, he's not our draft pick. And Sean Marks is getting a lot of criticism from the fans and from the media. He need this to work. If you draft all those players and you let Kobe Buffkin take one of their spots, it's not a good look for the Sean Marks. So I think, to John's point, they had to cut Kobe Buffkin. it's going to leave a bad stain on his jacket if he keep him. You keep him and then you give him playing time over who? Yegor, Ben Saraf, Nolan Traore, Drake Powell. You give him playing time over any of those players, he in hot water. So I think it was the necessary. I never really got a chance to like Tariq Whitehead. Fanbo, I really did want to see him play. I wasn't crazy about Grant Nelson because we got Danny Wolf. And I just feel like anything that Grant Nelson could do, Danny Wolf could do, plus more. So I personally feel like they got it right. And last but not least, Tyrese Martin is a testament to Jordy Fernandez player development. You know what I'm saying? He's a veteran. You got 5 players you got in that you're about to play and develop. You got somebody like Tyrese Martin in the locker room saying, trust Jordy. He brung me up from the G League, gave me an opportunity, and you know what I'm saying? Look where I'm at now. You need that. That's good rapport from a player to other players about the coach, about player development. So I kind of like the moves that they made. I'm not mad at it. I'm actually cool with it, to be honest with you.
All right.
Can I just say something quick to Breezy's point? I agree, Breeze. You said some valid points there. My only thing is this. Sean Marks is in a position of he's damned if he do and damned if he don't. I agree. If Bufkin did somehow play good this season, he might potentially take plates away from the young guys. But again, you're keeping Jalen Wilson, who hasn't done anything uber impressive. He had a full season last year to grab a spot on this team. And every opportunity he had, we saw it. He just did not meet up to the opportunity. So it's like, okay, we'll get rid of Kobe, not give him a chance. But you're keeping Wilson, not because skill set that he's showing anything different, but because he's a good character guy. Sean Marks already sold me that BS with the 5 guys we draft to be good character guys, and I see some good skill set with some of them, but seriously, Wilson is not bringing what Marks wants us to pretend that he's bringing. So, it was just Sean Marks was going to be bad in either scenario, keeping Kobe or letting go Wilson, because either way, it's a stain on his resume. But still, I didn't like the rationale behind it personally, but I get it. We don't want to take away playing time from these young guys. But I will say this, Breeze, there are 0 excuses now why Drake Powell shouldn't get minutes, because you already got rid of some people in the last few days. So if Powell ain't playing any backup minutes, then what are we seriously doing here? Because you should logically be getting more playing time for these young guys. So we'll be interested to see if we actually see that.
But I think that's why he did what he did. You don't want to put Kobe Bufkin in front of Drake Powell. And to Parthorn's point the other day, all right, I'll give you that. You want to put Drake Powell at the second string shooting guard over Tyrese Martin? All right, you got it. You got Cam Thomas, the number 1 two guard, Drake Powell. And when I say Drake Powell at the 2 guard at second string, I'm talking about 25 plus minutes. Even though he's not starting, I think he should be getting sufficient minutes, 25 plus minutes. I'm excited, bro. We you know what I mean? We got Wednesday and it's lit. So yeah, I'm really excited to keep it real with you.
All right. So that's what's up. Now even on it on all we got Leaf in the house. Hold up, Leaf. Even on Nets Twitter, everyone expected Tyrese or Jalen to get cut. Everyone was looking forward to Bufkin for the most part. And it's not about really because you want to build. The thing is, you want to build young, and it's not taking away minutes from anybody else. It's finding the guys that actually fit what you're trying to do. And the thing is, right, when we look at this roster, you've seen Yegor shoot ball well. You see Cam shoot. Cam had a bad game, but he's a bucket. And Michael Porter Jr., who's a bucket. So when you look past that, you really don't have any more buckets. Like Reese gonna give you a little bit of points. Jalen Wilson gonna give you a little bit of points, but you don't have another real scorer. And Kobe Bufkin was said to be one of those guys, right? And I guess position-wise, you got Cam at the 2. You could put Reese at the 2, and you could probably put Drake at the 2. But looking at the wings, when I calculated the wings and guys that's movable, you had a lot more wings than you do have a 2 guard or point guards. Because point guards, you only got 3, realistically 3 guys. And if you count Danny running point center, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 4. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you don't have another guy that's like Kobe. You don't have a guy like Kobe. And
Ice, you don't think 3 is enough point guards?
nah, nah. If you look at the wings on our team, and that's movable. I don't think 3 is enough because, like I said, if you think it's just like having the centers, right? If you think uh 2 or 3 centers is enough, 3 centers might be enough. But if Claxton go down, you got Danny and you got Dayron. But if Dayron goes down as well, then you only got Danny Wolf, right? So if Trayor ankle, just to say, or Ben Saraf ankle, then you gotta think about putting Reese, or you gotta use Cam. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use somebody else. You don't have a guy that's naturally, you know what I'm saying, playing that position. And that's what I was looking at, because Jalen Wilson, who everyone thought like is expendable to the team because
He is.
he's just a catch and shoot, play hard, rebound type of guy. And everyone else has legitly more. I would say majority of the team has more skill than Jalen Wilson. Majority of the team, like, you know what I'm saying, has a lot more skill. I'm not saying they don't hustle like him, because he hustle is the name of the game. So having another scorer like Buckin on your roster wouldn't have been bad. It would have offset Jalen Wilson a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Even if you let go of Reese and put Buckin, right, it would have made somewhat of a difference having another scorer on the roster. Leaf, what you think about that, bro? You there? Leaf on timeout.
Ice.
He
Can I just
delivering an Amazon package, man.
Yo, that's wild. Yo, but Ice, you brought up Fambo. We've not heard a single word or mention of this guy since his one appearance in China, because Joe Desai used him as a marketing prop to get a few extra $1 million, which is so unfair, because we heard so many different news outlets saying two-way was the ultimate way they were going to go with Fambo, which is not even a possibility because they're not even a rush to give it to somebody. So, like, it's so, like, just the way the organization goes about their decision-making skills makes you go, whoa, what are we really doing? Like, you're just using players to either meet minimum salary floors or to get yourself a few extra $1 million. Like, we're supposed to be building a team of some sort of a young core, and we're just using them like puppets. I just don't understand what this
But
mindset this organization has.
John,
Like, it's a bunch of BS at this point.
John, I'm not mad at the Fanbo thing. I did want to see him, but he might cut into Danny Wolf's player development. You know what I'm saying? For what it's worth. So
Not at the
I want to
five.
see.
Wait, wait, Greasy,
I
not
want
at
to.
the five, though. Fanboy at a five. Wolf is a five.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have interfered with his
But
play
what
time.
listen, I don't know how they do the rosters and when they put them in and who's going to play with who, far as, you know what I'm saying, in a rotation. But I will say that I don't want to see nobody get in front of Danny Wolf neither. It's already Noah Clowney, right? Excuse me, Noah Clowney or Clack, since he's going to, in my opinion, play the 5 or the 4, right? Now, I don't think if you look at the depth chart, you're going to see Danny Wolf at the point guard. Yeah, he might run point when he get in the game, but he ain't going to be on the depth chart as the point. So case in point is, when it's time to sub, Noah Clowney, Dayron Sharp, Danny Wolf, maybe Nick Claxton. You take Fanbo out of the equation, it's a good look. Yeah, you're right, John. They used them as a marketing piece. We played in
They
China.
did.
They got a Chinese players. I mean, bro, it is what it is. But I don't want to be long-winded. Leaf is back. But like I said, bro, some of it is business, John. And at the end of the day, the 5 players that we drafted, those the ones that we gotta cater to, far as who's getting minutes and develop as a player this next
I
season.
I 100% agree with you on that last point. I just hope they actually do it, because you just got rid of a bunch of guys that were in the way. So, and now with the Haywood thing especially, that's no doubt that it should open playing time for one of Wolf or Powell. I think Wolf's going to get it just because he deserves more minutes. Wolf, I think it depends on the Claxton situation, but I agree. There should be no excuses why Powell and Wolf, especially on back-to-back games, like I said on your show, should play 20 minutes on a back end of a back-to-back. If not, what are we seriously doing? But I agree. It's just the organization, their way of doing business, Breeze, as you've seen with Cam Thomas, it doesn't go the logical route like it should. But I'll let Leaf chime in on that for sure. But good discussion, man. Really good discussion.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Then I'm gonna head back to work, bro. Like couple minutes, bro. Like I'll be honest with you, bro. Listen, PT pointed it out the other night. Anytime you see these other rookies getting 25 to 30 plus minutes in the preseason, and then you see us making history with drafting 5 first rounders, and none of them even touching 25 to 30 minutes outside of Ben Saraf. it kind of plays into the effect of, and it asks the question, what the hell are we doing? Somebody asked the question, Joe Vaughn asked the question the other day, we trying to raise the value of the veterans. My thing is that I don't think you could raise the value of somebody that's making $39 million with MPJ, because ain't nobody taking that contract unless they think they're gonna jump over the top and be a contending team. The same with Terrence Mann. The same with Claxton, who's making 25 a year, and the same with anybody else that might be making double digits a year. But right now, I don't know. And I'll be honest, man, and I'm on my way back into the office, man. But I'm gonna call the games, but there's gonna be a large discuss in these conversations, because I can't figure out what the hell we doing in the front office as a roster or with our depth chart. Because the second that Danny Wolf starts to get 25 to 30 minutes, that's when I start believing in our rebuilding process. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. I got my boy Chance, who was on TikTok with me. He is a Mavs fan, but he want to talk about the Brooklyn Nets. So, Chance, what's good, bro?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? We talking about our final roster moves. We let Kobe Buffkin and Fanbo go. We still got a two-way open. We thought Fanbo would have made at least a two-way. We thought we would have cut Jalen Wilson and keep Kobe Buffkin, but it went the other way. What you think about that, bro? You there?
I'm sorry. What was the question that broke down?
Yeah. Nah. What you think about Brooklyn's roster moves, keeping the two older guys and cutting the two younger guys?
Man, hold on. Let me walk outside because for some reason my signal ain't too good.
All right. Yeah, that's
All right. Can you ask me that question one more time, Ice? I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, you're good. We cut the two older guys. We thought Jalen Wilson. Most fans, Knicks fans probably wanted Jalen Wilson to be cut and keep Kobe Buffkin, the younger guard. But the Nets say they see him more as a two guard than a point guard. And even though they want guys to play multiple positions, they still let him go when Jalen Wilson can only play one position. You know what I'm saying? So what you think about that?
Man, it's for whoever betters the team, to be honest. You know, if that's what they feel like they needed to do, I mean, you got to roll with it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's just one of those things where if that's what they think's best for the team, you got to do it, man, whether it's a popular decision or not, you know?
Yeah.
But what's your take on it? What do you think about it?
Well, I wanted Fanbo on the two-way. We still have the two-way open. Fanbo wasn't a big deal getting cut, but I don't know if they want to resign him. Like John said, there's no talks about Fanbo being on a two-way or anything, just being released. Grant Nelson was just being released. But Kobe, when we got Kobe, everyone thought it was articles saying Kobe was a steal. He could be a contributor for the team. Right? It got everybody excited. You know what I'm saying? Everybody excited for Kobe. We seen him in the preseason. He looked decent. He looked like he could score. He looked like he'd get downhill. He looked like he'd get buckets. You know what I'm saying? He just needed more time. But Jalen Wilson is a guy last season. He was Summer League MVP. He shot the laces off the ball in Summer League. Then when he got to the regular season, he started to cool down a lot. And I thought he needed a better point guard, and he needed a lot of transition. So we're having him needing somebody to play well versus Kobe Buffkin, who can, you know what I'm saying, he could do for himself and others is a big difference. So I thought having him and probably losing Jalen Wilson, I wouldn't have been mad at the move. I'm not mad at the move now, but I thought Kobe Buffkin would have been a better move for the team.
For sure. Man, that's tough, dude.
Yeah, fans are going crazy on Twitter right now about Jalen Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Being on the team still.
Man, for sure, bro. Man, we're just gonna have to see how the season pans out. You never know. That might have been the right move, you know?
Right.
So at the end of the day, you know, that was just preseason, and yeah, you might have seen this from Homeboy and all that, but if he's coming into the regular season and he's not showing out, I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah, but Chase, Jalen Wilson had whole of last season. He played, I think, close to maybe the third most minutes on the team. He had multiple opportunities last year to solidify something, and we saw nothing. We saw him make threes, miss threes, no defense. I think somebody said the guy hasn't dunked in 2 years. Like, you look at Wilson, he's a three-point shooter that works with playmakers that can move the ball and find them in corners. But self-creation, playmaking, elite defense, none of that fits what Jordy wants. And he's 25 years old, about to be 26. I was totally fine with keeping Martin because if you trade some of these vets away in the deadline, you have to keep a vet or two around. Martin fits the bill there, and he's also Ice's guy, but not to the point. But just with Wilson, nothing he does is spectacular. So it's like you have now two veteran-type players on the team. When do you really need that? Whereas with Kobe, you could have given him a chance to see what he can do. You could have given him a chance to see what he can do, and if he did bad, you let him go for nothing. But at the end of the day, I just don't think they gave him a fair shot to really show what he can do. And I understand there was a bit of taking a young guy's minutes away, but still, you gotta give the young guys a chance to prove themselves. And Kobe's a guy that wants to prove himself. I just don't understand the logic behind it. I just think Sean Marks wants to protect his draft image, because if you let Wilson go, that's 2 out of 3 of the 2020 draft, and that reflects badly on Marks. But it's like the base already knows that he's bad at this. So what are you
Right.
hiding from us at this point? Like, that's where I get upset personally, because it's like, was Kobe really going to be a difference maker on this team? No, but he could have been a young guy to get some minutes, give the team some energy, some life, and that would have been that. But they didn't want to give him a chance. So it's like,
And
what are we doing here?
and aren't y'all in the middle of a rebuild too right now? So wouldn't that
What?
kind of fit the
Yeah.
projection?
So I think the rebuild is basically over, but having a lot of young talent is what the fans want. If you go off of young talent, you draft 5 young guys, right? Like John is saying, and you have a few veterans. Then if there's a young player available, you would more want to go for that young player. Like you said, even though Tyrese Martin is my guy, even if we lost him, I would be fine with having a young Kobe Buffkin that's like, 22
Exactly.
or 21. And my guy Reese is like 26. You know what I'm saying? So you get a younger, fresher, newer player and get fans more excited because you are trying to rebuild. Like Reese might be a guy you end up moving at the trade deadline. Somebody might want Reese. You know what I'm saying? In the playoffs, seems like he's a decent shooter. He's a decent player. And I don't mind moving, even though he's my guy, I wouldn't mind moving him. Like Jalen Wilson, I like Jalen Wilson, but I wouldn't mind moving him for, someone like Buffkin. Like if you kept one of those guys and got Buffkin out, it will look better as to the fans that you really trying to find some young talent.
Exactly.
And keep, building with the young. But not saying Jalen Wilson's a bad player, not saying Tyrese Martin's a bad player, or whatever. But the way that they constructing the roster is they want guys to do multiple things. And Jalen Wilson is like the only one who really can't do multiple things that they got. You know what I'm saying? Like I think even MPJ is a little bit limited on stuff he can do, but Jalen Wilson is like, he's like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that you can't
Yeah,
have
man.
a
I'm
guy
looking
like
at his
that.
stats. I'm seeing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's tough, bro.
Like, nothing impressive about Jalen Wilson. Like, he can shoot
Shooting
threes, but it's like,
39.7
come
from the
on.
field, 1.8 assists, 3.4 rebounds, and not even 10 points a game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little sheesh. And in the regular season, man, he's averaging 25.7 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So he's not really doing anything, bro.
Right. Right.
Exactly. That's my whole rationale behind this. And people want to say, oh, Wilson deserves it because he's a homegrown guy. I don't care if he's a homegrown guy. What have you done with your opportunities? He has not shown he can rise to the challenge because he's not that type of player. He was picked 51st for a reason. Not because he's a horrible player, but because he's more of a mid-utility third bench piece. That's the problem.
Right. Right. So they hired this is the new news. I know y'all seen Corey Higgins, the new scouting service. He's a 2-time EuroLeague champion. I just seen this on Twitter right now. And they hiring more scouts. I even Jay sent me a link to scouting. You know what I'm saying? They're really trying to get me out here scouting. I've been thinking about it, like I told you. I've been thinking about, actually taking one of them jobs right now and trying to apply and see if I can get myself into a scouting role. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, that would be awesome, bro.
I don't know how good he is at scouting, but you know what I'm saying? We got another scout in the building. What'd you say, Chance?
I said that would be lit if you could, bro.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying?
Especially like for your team too, man. That would be lit, bro.
Facts. That would be lit. You know what I'm saying, John? So what do you think about the new hire? I don't really know too much about him, but like they hired all them scouts last year. We got what we got. Now they hired another scout for this year. What do you think about that, John? You still there? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the chat about Jay Wills and losing Kobe Buffkin. I still think Fambo has a chance to make the two-way. Grant Nelson got a chance to make the two-way. I'd rather Fambo than Grant Nelson. Some fans think Grant Nelson is probably better than Fambo, but I think Fambo is more skilled. I would like to see Fambo on the two-way. Like I said, there wasn't any real news about Fambo. It said that he did have an option next daily about going back to China or maybe possibly staying with Long Island. There isn't any news about Grant Nelson right now other than he being cut. He probably has a possibility of being on a two-way contract too. EJ Liddell, he's on a two-way. I know fans didn't like that because he came out of nowhere with the two-way. Nets didn't even say nothing. There was no news about it. Just automatically signed to a two-way. They still got Tyson Etienne on a two-way. You already know who signed to the Knicks. Tucson Evoma signed to the Knicks off her two-way right immediately. So they seen something in Tucson. So not saying that we don't get good players in, we get good players in. You know what I'm saying? We just don't keep them. You know what I mean? We just don't keep them all the time. Not saying Tucson was a good player. He was another older player that we let go that was on a two-way. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, losing my guy Tyrese or Jalen Wilson, it wouldn't have been a bad move for Kobe Buffkin at all. But the two-way spot is open. Still, I don't know who we're gonna put there. There hasn't been any news about that. Is there chat? I'm talking to y'all. Is there anybody that y'all would like to see on a two-way contract? Kobe Buffkin, I don't even know if he's eligible for a two-way contract. A lot of guys got Killian Hayes got let go. There's a few guys on a few rosters that got let go. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. Chance, you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And I know. So we're gonna go over to your team real quick because I think I don't know if John's still there or not. But just you know what, Nets fans, we're gonna talk about the Mavs real quick. Chance is a Mavs fan, so we're gonna you know what I'm saying, head over there for a second and chop it up about the Mavs. How do you feel about Flag running point at times for the Mavs?
I think he's got a lot to work on, but that's to be expected at 18 years old. I think the more that he plays, the more he's gonna, fulfill that role. But I will tell you this: there's a big conspiracy going on about Dante Exum leaving. I know that we had to make some room. There's a guy named CC that we added on a two-way contract, and we also added Nimhard. He's got an official spot. So I don't know, man. We'll see how it plays. Honestly, I don't want him to play there forever, but I think it's good since the game is so positionless nowadays to go ahead and comfortable zone, man.
Yeah.
Get him used to the NBA, So
Yeah, fans. I know fans are excited about Flag. They're not really sure about his point guard skills. Like I said, I think he's just a point forward. He got enough skills to play a point forward. I don't think he has enough skills to play point guard, like you're saying. But I know that, like you said, Dante Exum has been some rumblings, you know what I'm saying, about that. But how is the excitement for AD, Coop, and Kyrie when he finally comes back in January?
Oh man, it's gonna be lit. I think we're gonna play at a very high level, and I think all these people that were sleeping on us, all that talking is gonna come to a halt. Because we only seen 3/4 of just AD and Kyrie, and man, it was absolutely scary. So I feel like when Kyrie comes back, it's going to be an absolute game changer. I feel like Coop can go back to his original position. You won't have to play him at the point no more, and he can just play more freely, man. He'll have that experience out there. He'll have Clay, he'll have Kyrie, AD. Honestly, I would run Kyrie at the 1, Clay at the 2, run him at the 3, AD at the 4, and Live at the 5. And I think that'd be a crazy lineup, to be honest, because you got what Lively's like what 7'1" now. I think he grew an inch over the offseason or something like that.
Yeah.
You got AD at 6'11". You
Mhm.
got Coop at like 6'7", 6'9". You know, now you're putting space on the floor. Clay can get his open shots. You know for damn well that Kyrie can facilitate. So I feel like when he comes back, man, it's gonna be an absolute shootout. To be
Right.
honest,
Yeah. So y'all got a team prepping to make the play-in playoffs. You know what I'm saying? This season in the West, and I know that team is loaded. People sleeping on that team, like you said. People sleep on players. People sleep on teams. But y'all are definitely geared and ready to make a playoff push or a play-in push to make it to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling about that?
oh, the push to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think it's just really on how our health is, man. That's a tough question. If we stay healthy, man, I see us being able to make a deep run. To be honest, just because of how big we are, man. How we don't just have AD, man. Even if AD goes down and we got Kyrie back, we still have two aggressive bigs that can protect the paint. But the only thing is with AD going down, I feel like our scoring's not going to be there, man. Because slapping him at the 4, man, who's going to stop him? There's
Right.
not very many people, and people try to say that AD's not an ISO player, man. What? That's a lie, bro. Because anytime you get him in the mid range, bro, and it's 1-on-1, what's he do? He backs you down and then turns around and hits that little fader. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So
And I just feel like we could make a really good playoff run. I would love, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I would love to see OKC in the playoffs just because of how well we've always played against them.
right. Yeah, OKC is a tough team. They got it all. Said that they possibly have a chance to make a dynasty on one of the best defenses, one of the best offenses. A team that's loaded with players always going to be a challenge. So y'all got to uphill battle with them in Denver and maybe the Rockets. You know what I'm saying, with new addition of Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to this season. You know, it's only what a day away before the season starts.
I'm gonna put it this way, bro. And you call me crazy, and you're probably thinking I'm weird, but man, I'm gonna tell you somebody I'm more scared of than OKC, just because of how good they are defensively, man. And that's the Rockets, man. You cannot sleep on them. Every time we played them last year, dude, it was all man was killing us. Then you have Sengun. Yeah, you got Daniel Gafford and Lively, but you can't sleep on him, man. He is absolutely balled out this year. I really think the Rockets are going to go super far this year in the West,
All right.
especially adding Kevin Durant. I think if Fred VanVleet would have been there, it would have been playoff ready, but
Yep.
we got to see how Reed Shepard's going to do and Amen Thompson. They're going to have to make a big step up this year.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're gonna have to do. I know they got my Nets at the bottom of the East right now. Some people think we're gonna make the playoffs. Play in. Some people think we're good enough to make the play in. I'm not sure about that. Like I said, 22 wins. Looking forward to 2026 draft. I know the fans are looking forward to getting one of them guys out the draft. AJ Peterson, Cam, Nate, Ahmet. It's all over the internet right now that one of them guys will be a great addition
I'm
happening for
not
that
gonna lie
draft.
to you, man. I'm not a big Brooklyn fan, but that's no hate. I'm just a Dallas fan. But I will say, man, I really like Cam, and I like Wolf. I've been watching him. Uh, I think Wolf needs to get some more minutes, man.
Danny,
Beware of him. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I think
beware
I
the
think
wolf.
he'll be a really good pickup for y'all.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, John, you still there? Or you gone? Because I'm about to wrap it up. If you're not there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that's all I want to really talk about. I know we're gonna end up moving some guys like Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann might be moved. Highsmith, like John was talking about, 8 weeks around evaluation about his knee. Um, Before he even comes back. I think John said he was trying to rush him back. I'm not sure about that, but he got 8 weeks, 2 months till he comes back. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, they might make some trades and get rid of some of the older veterans on the team, like those two. Maybe even Martin goes. So it might be like 3 guys on the market around the trade deadline. You know what I'm saying? To move away some guys, maybe get another guy, another quality guy, maybe get a younger player. I'm not sure what the Nets are gonna do at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see when the season starts. Everybody excited right now for the season, and you know what I'm saying? I'm ready because we play on what's today, Monday. We play on Wednesday. You know I'm going live on TikTok. Chance you gonna be on TikTok. I know you say you might have some things to do. What you looking like?
Yeah, for sure. You know I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah.
I've been there every day.
Yeah, I might pull up later. I might do another YouTube later. I'm not sure, but for sure, talk about hoops. Everybody's loving the TikTok. Everybody's loving YouTube. Everybody's loving the vibes right now. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's pulling up. Chance been on with me. Like I said, every day so far, it's been getting more and more people in there. 15. It's been slow during the off season. Now it's getting close. The numbers are jumping up. I had like 1,000 something views yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. It was
That's
like 1,000.
awesome, bro.
Yeah, everyone, two guys talking sports from Philly. Yo, my God, everyone's excited. Yes, everyone is excited. The numbers are running. The love is coming in. The vibes are coming in. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, y'all know my motto. Y'all don't have to like. Y'all don't have to subscribe. Hey, two guys from Philly. You want to pull up before I close out and talk about Kobe Buffkin, Grant Nelson, Tyrese, and Jalen Wilson. Before I close out, let me know in the chat if you want to pull up before I close it all out.
Ice, I just want to say, great show, great discussion. Appreciate you jumped on. Chase, thanks for jumping on. Listen, at the end of the day, the goal is
sir.
quite simple for this year. Secure a top 4 franchise star. Do something you haven't done in 10 years. Develop a homegrown star and develop a core around said star. Enough of the BS. Enough of using players as pawns or pieces. Do things the right way. Secure your star, and let's build a winning formula culture in Brooklyn again. The Brooklyn base deserves winning, fun basketball, not this BS. But shout out to you guys. Thanks for coming on, Chase. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, for sure, you too, bud.
Thanks, John, for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? This team ain't it, bro. Yeah, thanks for pulling up. So yeah, y'all know I'm live on TikTok. Me and Breezy got another podcast coming up. Another show. Me and Breeze probably talking about some college stuff. Me and Pod working on some trying to get together, work on some college stuff. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know my motto. Y'all don't have to like, y'all don't have to subscribe because I don't know anything you heard. And I'm out.
All right, bro. Later.
All right.